Ni hao is probably the right thing to say today regarding this review here on Watch Horn channel. My name is Anders and I've been searching some websites, this time AliExpress, which I believe is owned by Alibaba, which is like a big Chinese marketplace for a lot of very cheap stuff. So I have picked up this watch. This is a winner, and this watch isn't exactly a winner when we get into reviewing it. It's in fact a $16 watch. It's fully automatic, and of course it's trying to homage Rolex watches. So it's actually trying to be something like a mixture of these two, the Submariner and the GMT Master. But there's a reason why a Rolex watch is several $1,000s more expensive than this winner watch. So if you follow different Chinese websites, you can find a lot of different watches that emulate or homage famous Swiss brands. They even also copy or homage Seiko watches. And this time, of course, it's a winner watch. This is a fully automatic watch. I have no idea of what the movement is. I have no idea of the different specifications of this watch, but I would guess this is mineral crystal. And when I put the crystal in the light, I would say it's not treated with anti-reflective coating. You also get a see-through case back here, which is kind of screwed in some kind of way. And you get a crown here, but this should resemble a Rolex Submariner mixture with a GMT Master. But you don't get a screw-down crown, it's just a push and pull crown. And it's really wobbly, as you can also see. Just look at how far away from the watch case it is. But you do get a fully automatic watch with this winner, and you get the Coke bezel here. Regarding the lume, you get lume in the pip and the hands, very weak lume, but no lume whatsoever in the hour markings, which makes absolutely no sense. Another thing that makes absolutely no sense about this watch is actually why they have a cyclops at 3 o'clock with the date. The problem is it doesn't really do very much enhancing of the date. So it's really just, let's put an almost non-functioning cyclops on the watch and let's see what happens. So it comes on this leather strap, and it doesn't even say genuine leather. So it's absolutely it's not leather. It's some sort of cardboard, or it's definitely some kind of a fake leather, but it's not that badly made. You can see the holes are a little different in the size, but the stitching is actually pretty okay, and it's not that badly made, I would say. The dial just says winner, as you can see here. It says winner here with an applied logo, and then the winner and the automatic is printed. There's no more information, no information on the case back here. So I would guess that it would be very unsensible to ever take this watch with you into the water, because the crown can't really get into the case. So I would guess that you will get a lot of water into the case. So this is typically almost a Submariner kind of case. It's fully polished, no brushing whatsoever. So you get this kind of very cheap look. You don't get the different types of finishing on the surfaces of this case. As you can see also here, the bezel, it protrudes the case. So if you're actually wearing this watch as a dive watch and you hit it this way, then you can actually pull all of it off, and then it will probably get broken. So another thing which is completely crappy about this watch is the bezel action. It's the worst bezel action I have ever experienced. So it's very light to turn, and the click is almost non-existent, but it's not really that bad. It's very uneven, but it's not, for a $16 watch, it's not really that bad. But just look at this. So this is the play. Of course, you will never do any kind of risky diving with this watch, but let's assume that you would. And you set the time, you can actually pull this, because there's so much play, 2 or 3 minutes the wrong way. So actually, if you time your dive, then you could actually experience running out of air, and then you will die. So it's completely, it's the worst. Absolutely, look at this play. It's completely insane. It's so bad. So this is how it looks on my time graph. So this watch runs 31 seconds off. It's 31 seconds ahead. It's a 21,600 vibrations per hour watch, which is not unusual. You see a lot of more inexpensive watches moving at this bit rate. So it's the speed rate. It's no problem whatsoever. But more than 30 seconds off a day is really, really bad, in my opinion. But again, Seiko and some of the more expensive watches, which are 20 and 30 and 40 times more expensive than this winter watch, actually say that the watches can run up to 45 seconds too fast a day. The watch has the exact dimensions of a Rolex Submariner, so you have a 40mm case size. And well, it doesn't look half bad. It doesn't actually look totally stupid. On my wrist, this faux leather strap is actually quite comfortable, much more comfortable than any of the Seiko straps that you get. I have experienced some very, very horrible Seiko leather straps. So if you just want a complete beater watch that you could kill, this could be your choice. And let me tell you why I did this little review or video of this winter watch. So I always hear a lot of people on Facebook and on YouTube talking about that different watches are overpriced and you can get a lot for your money in China and stuff like that. Let me say that the overall feeling of this watch is definitely a very cheap feeling. It's nowhere near some of my dive watches, for example my SKX, which I paid less than $200 for. This SKX is a much better watch than this. But I wanted to make this video to get the experience and to show you the experience of what you're getting when you're going on one of the Chinese websites and you're picking up one of these very, very cheap watches. What you get is actually a very, very cheap watch. You get very, very bad finishing. You get nothing out of the ordinary. You get a watch that will definitely not be water resistant, and you get a watch with a horrible bezel. You also get a watch that you will never really treasure, is my opinion. So my opinion is that you should any day just save up the money. Instead of buying all of these very cheap bad watches, save up $300, $400, $500 and go and buy a real watch from one of the smaller Swiss brands, a micro brand, or Seiko or Citizen or an Orient. I would any day of the week suggest you do that, because you will never get any pleasure out of this watch. Everything feels really, really bad. It is a watch and it's running, but it will never give you the feeling of being a winner as it should suggest. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of look at a very cheap Chinese watch, and I hope this was could help you make up your mind of what you should do if you're looking for a cheap watch, or you just think, let me just spend a few bucks at a cheap watch for fun. I will never ever wear this watch, and I don't really know what to do with it now, because why should I? I have so many nice watches. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of little different video and review here on Watch On channel. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. It's a big help to get some exposure of my videos so more people can see them. Also leave me a comment down below. And remember to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to my channel by hitting the logo button down here in the right corner. It's a big help. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.